This is the Bridging Research to Practice, Tackling the Challenges of Budgeting and Finance in Rural Districts. And we're going to engage in some conversation, some presentations, and some opportunities to really attack the problems of practice by having some table talks among practitioners and researchers and policymakers. So today's agenda is composed of myself. My name is Pam Buffington, and I'm a co-facilitator of the Rural Research Alliance, the Northeast Rural Research Alliance. Haruna Ba here is my co-facilitator. We have Keynote Presentation between an introduction by John Sipple, and Carrie Ann Killian is going to talk to us about hiring and his research in rural schools in Vermont. We will then have a presentation about working collaboratively to leverage resources, and I know a number of you have those concerns that you're bringing here. So Dr. Jim Butterworth and Jerome Steele will be doing that presentation and having some conversation with folks. Dr. David Silvernail will be talking about more efficient rural schools from some work he's done in Maine. We will have the table talks being facilitated by a Northern Vermont superintendent, Nancy Thomas, and then we'll wrap up. The big thing here is that we've built in time for a question and answer after each of these presentations, and we really welcome your questions. Peter Orn, our dissemination director for the REL, will be walking around with the mic. If you do have questions, just flag him down and he'll come to you. Just to give a little bit of background of what we hope to accomplish today, the goals are to deepen the knowledge of the challenges of budgeting and finance in rural schools, engage with current research topics related to these issues, deepen knowledge of strategies to collaboratively leverage resources across rural districts from practitioners' perspectives as well as what we know from research and experience out in the field, and we'll really try to engage in dialogue to bridge that research that is being presented to practice. For those of you who do not know much about the Regional Educational Laboratory, we serve New England, New York, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands. These are the particular jurisdictions listed here. We have the REL-NEI, the Regional Educational Lab Northeast and Islands, is administered by EDC. We have some major partners in learning innovations at WestEd and American Institutes for Research in Washington, D.C. This is the new contract cycle that ranges from 2012 to 2017. There are 8 research alliances as part of this work of this particular regional educational laboratory. We have a research alliance specific to early childhood, one focusing on college and career readiness, one focusing on educator effectiveness, another focusing on rural districts in the Northeast. We have one specific to Puerto Rico and one for the Virgin Islands. Puerto Rico is focused on dropout prevention, and the Virgin Islands are focused on college and career readiness. We also have a research alliance specific to meeting the diverse needs of English language learners, and one for urban school improvement. So as you can see here, we have a range of focused topics that we're really trying to engage practitioners, researchers, and policymakers to define a research agenda that spans 5 years so that we get deeper and deeper into the work around a specific area of focus. To give you a little bit more background about the Rural Districts Research Alliance, we actually have as a goal here to provide research and support for rural schools and districts' efforts to ensure student success, to understand local capacity to support these efforts, and to build capacity to understand and use data specific to the related programs and initiatives in those schools and districts. As I pointed out, my colleague Haruna Ba here is a co-facilitator. I also work with Haruna. Haruna is located in New York, and so he serves those communities there, and I focus on, in particular, Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont, although our alliance encompasses our whole region. So we have a group of folks working together that, in fact, look at rural schools regardless of the particular state. So when I start talking about our particular research alliance, to give you a background, we have folks in each of our jurisdictions, as you'll see here, from Maine, New Hampshire, just one second, hopefully the video will come back, sorry about that. We have folks from Maine, we have folks from Vermont and New York as part of our core planning group, and then we have some participating members from New Hampshire and also in Massachusetts, and we will be expanding that participating membership to a broader range across our jurisdictions over the next, probably this next year we'll really add to that participating membership group. In terms of the core planning group members, we're connected to a number of different agencies and outreach, and I'm going to turn it over to Haruna to give you a little bit of background there and to introduce our speakers.
Hi, my name is Aruna Ba, and as Pam said, I'm one of the co-facilitators of this session. As Pam explained, we have the members on our CPG groups are all linked to networks, and these are the networks that we have access to. So because we thought about this ahead of time, because we knew that we would need to recruit folks for our larger group. So to think ahead and kind of make sure that the people that we are working with at the CPG group level are affiliated to networks in each of the states that we're going to be working in Vermont, in New York, and in Maine.